Do you want to see more miracles in your life? Do you want to live a victorious Christian life? Then you need more of God's presence. You see, the presence of God opens the door to the supernatural. And when you're in the presence of God, there is no limit to what can happen in your life. Now, I know God is omnipresent. He's everywhere all the time. But I'm talking about a conscious awareness of the presence of God with you personally. Now, in the Old Testament, the presence of God would come and go. And it would come to special people for special projects and usually scare them half to death. But in the New Testament, because of Jesus' sacrifice, the gulf and the separation between man and God has been removed, so the presence of God now is infinitely available to every believer. Now, in the Old Testament, the presence of God would come in more of a confrontation. But in the New Testament, the presence of God has to be sought. And the Holy Spirit is constantly inviting us into His presence, so we can have as much or as little of His presence as we want. So how can we increase the presence of God in our lives? Well, the best way is worship. And you don't have to be singing to worship. Worship is a state of mind. Also, talk to God. Realize how close He wants to be with you, how interested He is in your daily life. And invite the presence of God into every circumstance you face and every day. You see, God has promised as we draw close to Him, He will draw close to us. He loves to be close to us. So God has taken the first step to make His presence available. Now He waits for our response. So how much supernatural activity would you like to see in your life? So how much presence would you like? So be hungry for more of God's presence. It will change your life forever. To live a transformed life, you need to seek the presence of God and invite Him into every day. Now I want to hear from you. How has the presence of God changed your life? Just leave your comments in the box below. And if this is your first visit here, you need to get my free self-assessment guide. And to do that, just subscribe to my weekly email newsletter by filling out the subscription form, and you can guess where it is. It's always there. And I'll talk to you again next week, but this week, seek and allow the presence of God into your life in a greater way.